like the shadow of the Earth is being cast on the moon? Is that what's going on? Where's the light coming from?
The sun is shining on the moon, and it's illuminating either the full face of it, depending on the angle, or like one edge
in relation to the Earth.
Yeah. I think it was an old belief that the shadow of the Earth was on the moon, but like actually I think it's
what
just
is
light.
That shadow then?
It's not a shadow, it's just a lack of light. The sun is at one side of the moon, so it's illuminating just one edge of it in a very thin crescent moon. Or if it's a slightly different angle, it might be illuminating the whole... I don't know.
And
you
how
should
do we know
this
whether
stuff.
it's not gut gerbils that's running our guts, but kidneys and stuff? What I'm just trying to point out is that if I didn't have the sort of all of us are operating on second-hand knowledge. In ancient civilizations, there was more of a sense of connectedness. You would know how to fashion a bow yourself, how to grow vegetables yourself, how to kill an animal yourself, how to build accommodation. All of the things required for your life would be things that you had access to and understanding of. Now we live in this sort of isolated, sanitised, sort of parcelled off existence where you only really know what you're told.
We're only, what is it, 2 days from...
Cohen's meltdown if the ATM stop. Cohen's belief about chocolate coins and my belief of how the digestive system of a human being are sort of similar. I only know really what I've been told. If someone showed me a sort of an X-ray image of look inside the stomach, there's a little clockwork guy in there that runs everything, I'd have to go, okay then. And do you know that the moon was put there? I mean, so there's suddenly those outlandish Ike beliefs that the moon's a space station and people are lizards. You kind of think, well, reality is such a sort of five-sensory grope through the unknowable and the infinite that all of these things that we laud as absolute fact are really sort of transitory and disposable monuments.
Well, but I mean,
think we know.
I think you didn't do enough science at school, did you?
Evidently, it was boring. I like the Bunsen burner. And even then, only if you
I liked that you were allowed to
around.
play with fire at school. Are they still allowed to do that? We used to put fires in the little bins.
And the gas tap, turn the gas tap on, light it with a spin.
It was great fun. We should never have been allowed to do that.
I think school's different now. We shouldn't have been.
No.
If you go to a school now, it's a very different experience. What normally ends with a telling off from a teacher and a quick trip to the local police station. Yes, some inquiries as to how I got over the fence. Okay, so aren't we going to now interview for a better piece of time Penny Lorry? And is that... let's make sure that we don't balls this up. Because also... I'm quite hungry.
Penny.
Oh, Laurie Penny, see, you fuckers.
Let's not balls this interview up with Penny Longstocking.
Now, Pippi, what exactly... God, we're idiots. We're idiots.
No, you are.
For us.
You don't know how the stomach works, you don't know what the moon is, and you don't know people's names. Now,
I know
interview
what I've
this
been
lady.
told, mate, but I don't trust nothing, do I? Because I think in a world of lucid dreaming, it might just be as true in there. Email from Dave. What on earth has happened to Matt Morgan? He's a right prat. No, he doesn't say that. He goes, I recall the days of drinking on air, heavy metal, and being slumped lifeless in a lift. So do I, Dave. Fondly. Now it's all parasitic cleanses, fluoride-free toothpaste. Quick, get Slash and some strippers in the studio before we lose him forever. Don't go changing. Dave W. Yeah, Matt, maybe we do need to get Slash in here if it's going to drag you back to the kind of sexist pig we know and love. The drunk,
I'm
lush,
happy to do this
lift.
show drunk. If that is what people want, I will do it.
The next show, ladies and gentlemen...
here.
Matt Morgan will be drunk, ruining his marriage.
Penny.
What? Oh, you idiot.
I said stripper, didn't I?
Oh, right, fair enough.
I meant lady who takes off her clothes and is really pretty.
Dear Russell and Matt, says Michelle, I've always quite liked you pick up on cliches you don't like. For example, when people say stupid things like the noughties or brainchild. Over time, my friend Hannah and I have put down some extreme cliches that we don't like. And we want to...
Oh, these are good. I like this.
What's it called? Read it out then. What does it say?
We call them cliche Guevaras. That's lovely.
What, you're overthrowing the cliches?
Well, they're just things that people say. I like this. Full fat Coke. People do say that.
What do you say instead?
Well, instead of Diet Coke, you just go, normal Coke, but full fat Coke. Snail mail for, the postal service. Man shitty for Man City. That's a football thing. Outlaws instead of
well
in-laws.
done.
Never heard that one. Bridezilla, yes.
Yeah.
Russell was one once.
Hey, what do you mean by that? I conducted that marriage like a gent.
I'm talking about the wedding. You were on an elephant.
Oh, yeah.
Primarni instead of Primark, as like Armani. Yeah, we've heard that.
Yeah.
Going out
Are
on a
these things
school
supposed
night.
to be banned?
No, they're just things that people
Right.
say that you could go. They're the sort of thing, a comic might observe in his next tour if he needed, some material.
If he was-
Going
he
out
put
on a school
on- yeah,
night.
put
Oh,
on
not
a
on a
show.
school night. You say that, don't you, Russ?
No, absolutely not. I try to avoid cliche wherever I can. Don't I? Do I?
I don't know. Yeah, you do actually, I suppose. The Twitter.
Except by perhaps being one.
Or the
Oh,
Google or
amazing.
Tinternet and things like that. People say kashish instead of cash. Never heard that. Eating al
don't know none of
desco
this.
when you eat at your desk. Yeah. Some of them I've never heard.
What's this woman's attitude to these cliche Guevaras? She don't like them. She does like them. What makes her tick?
Like it's a revolution against cliches. She's saying, but I like things like that. I like it. And I think I've said this before. When someone goes
About clinking a glass and saying speech. Are you about to say that?
no.
Oh,
Yes.
go on then.
A little bit.
Yeah, what was that? Was it?
When someone's cleaning something and someone walks past and goes, "You missed a bit," because I think that sort of thing like connects us. I like
That's
that
holding
sort of
together
thing.
a society.
Yeah, and I think that's good. But some people go,
Yeah.
"Oh, all right, mate," thinking it's a big cliche, a dad joke or whatever. I like it. It brings us closer together. Talking of which, let's interview a lady or a woman. Or
Florian
just a person, really. Oh, hang on. No, before we do that, let's do this. Squarespace.
Before we do any of it, I don't know how to do an interview with this woman.
All right, well, let's do
What if
this
I fuck it
advert
up?
first so we can actually get some money, and then we'll do the interview, which will finish the show. And I mean,
Go on, do the
forever.
advert and try not to sound panicked and frantic.
All right.
Try and
I'm
sound
gonna
cool.
Okay. let me
What's it
feel
for? Who's it
centred.
for, the ad?
Squarespace. This episode of the Russell Brand Podcast is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is the easiest way to build a website, online store or blog for only $8 per month. What was that noise? And you can get a free domain if you sign up for that. Better have not been what I think it was.
So what?
Crikey. When you decide to sign up for Squarespace, don't try and push another one out. Sorry, that's not the
I
advert,
can't.
and I apologise
That
to any
last-
customers.
that
When
really
you decide
hurt
to
me.
sign up for Squarespace, make sure to use the offer code BRAND to get 10% off your first purchase and to show your support of the Russell Brand Podcast. Come on, guys. Once you've signed up, you will access 24/7 support via live chat and email. So if you're designing a website, it might be quite difficult. 24/7 support, you don't get that anywhere these days except Squarespace. Start your free
that the
trial
only- right.
today with no credit card needed, and make sure to use offer code BRAND. Squarespace. Build it beautiful. I heard that.
That was good. The last bit was good.
What, the fart?
It really came on at the end.
Mate,
well,
that
the
was
fart
good.
was probably the best bit. But no, there's a bit with Build It Beautiful. That was really sounded like an advert. Now, Matt, do you have a lot of bad back
Build it
suffering?
Yes,
got
you
bad
know
back
I
sufferer,
do. I've seen this email
Well,
or news
It says here that
story.
that's because you're part monkey.
Well, we all are, aren't we? You're more than part.
Not as much as you.
You're a half
Bollocks. How dare you? I'm one of the most evolved people I know. I'm probably... You know when Neo wakes up in that battery? I'm a bit like that. I've woke up, I've seen through the bloody illusion, and I? Not like you chimp with your bad back. Chimp, bad
You've got
back,
a bad back. I
vertebrae
remember
stuff.
the other day, some bloke
It's
came in the
get-
studio, you tried to get up to shake his hand, he went, ooh, fell back in your chair.
I play the part of granddad in Bread. I want me pudding. I want me pudding. I know how to play the part of granddad in bed. He is a complex guy. I want my pudding. I want me pudding. If you're constantly suffering back pain like Matt, then you've got a kindred spirit in hairy, tree-swinging primates. That's according to a new study which suggested those who suffer from back pain may have vertebrae similar to those to dirty, stinking chimps. The study by scientists in Canada, where Russell is now, found that humans suffering from a common form of vertical slip disc had a vertebrae closer in shape to those of the dirty, stinking apes. And evolution could also come in place. You get the idea. You're a bit like a monkey. So there you are.
Well, you
Matthew.
know, I've been
Studied.
told by countless chiropractors and people over the years that our spine evolved to be used as a bridge, not as a tower. It's
A bridge, not a
evolved
tower.
on all fours, and the pressure piling downwards, right? The weight of the head. I don't know where I'm going with this, but
It's bullshit.
it's not my fault. Right, let's phone the lady who
That's
knows
what your
about
book should be
ladies.
called. Your book should be called "It's Not My Fault" by
Yes.
Matt Morgan.
Yes,
That's what it
with
should be
a picture of
called.
me with my arms out, going "Wow!" next to something broken.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a smashed jug. You and a smash jug.
Yeah.
And the word. Look, hold on. Before we do an interview, what are we going to do the interview
Just said
about?
smashing jugs before a feminist interview.
My brain is my enemy.
Don't
How
say
can this-
smashing jugs when this lady comes on the phone.
She's going to listen back to this fucking thing.
She's
and it's gonna
not.
be bad.
You're going to offend her so
Course
badly
she
she'll
is.
never even... Right, a lawyer,
Don't do it. I'm going home. See you later.
Come here to Canada.
He can't say, come here. Come here. Look, unless you establish some questions, I'm not fucking
All
doing
right.
it.
Why did this come up? I can't fucking remember what we were talking about.
I am against it. I've changed my mind.
Oh, right.
Let's just end the show.
You started saying... In fact, you
need
started
a poo.
comparing women... Look, you'll do your poo later, mate. You started comparing
on.
women
What was I
to
comparing women to?
warthogs.
No, oh no.
Yes, you
That's
did. So
a
you're
bad
already on
start.
shaky ground. You said wild boars. That was
Wild
it.
boar.
Right. So don't
I did do
clear
that.
that out of your mind. Just get on the phone to her and just say,
You
"Listen,
do this interview. I'm not
No!
that fucking dicky bloke.
Right, let's not phone her.
We don't have to phone anyone. This is our podcast. Why are we doing this to ourselves?
Just do
when
it.
did life become so complicated?
Listen, you do it.
I'll tell you
listen,
why I'm doing it.
If it sounds sexist, right?
Just
then-
cut it off.
No, you'll hear this.
Just put the phone down.
Okay. Right. If it goes there and you hear that, she won't register that. She'll just think that's what you do when someone else is talking, right? If you hear that, then you get off that line.
Don't, no, fuck it. We can't do this.
Let's
You're
do
You've
it.
got those fucking buttons.
Just
Nah,
do it.
This is a bad
Russell,
idea.
do it. When have you ever had a
listen.
problem with a phone call in the past?
You're right. I am good at phone interviews. It's always been a strong part of my game. But let me first establish, in my brain at least, why I'm doing this.
Okay.
Why is it I
All
do
right.
this? Because I live
Listen,
for a laugh.
right, so feminism, what you want, when you go into any sort of interview, and you'll know this from your Ed Miliband thing, you've got to think,
Yep.
how can I destroy this person's career?
Yes!
Right. So what you want to do is get her, by any means you can, to say something sexist about men. And then turn the tables on her, put your little hands over your little man boobies and your other hand over your genitals and say, "Madam, you have hurt me for the last time." And then hang up.
And then can I do a Tarzan noise? Oh!
Well, I mean, that is anathema to a feminist, isn't it?
It's quite like a Tarzan noise, and I challenge you to do one as good.
Oh, God, I bet he's been practicing that in his hotel room. Thought, I'll do that on the podcast. Hey, girls, do you think the show's It is actually quite good. Go
That's
on,
how
phone her
Tarzan
up. Just do that Tarzan noise and then hang up.
I'm in the wrong mood. I'm in the wrong mood. Nick is nodding. How long's this podcast been going for? What's the time? That's enough for
Russell,
an audio
think
boom
of the
listener.
viewers,
Email
not viewers,
us, say
what
we
they're
didn't
called,
get time.
listeners. Think of the listeners. They'll be going, I want him to talk
We'll do
to
it next week. How long have we been going? 44 minutes, there's no time. G, wrap up the
Phone
show
her.
with a poem. Next week, we can do with the next one.
We're not on next week. This is the last one ever. This is 24 shows.
And you know
this
why
was our
it's 24?
obligation.
I know, but listen. I can't go into an interview with a feminist badly prepared and in a weird mood. I just farted in a microphone during your MySpace advert.
I thought as much.
Squarespace. Of course I did. I can't get through your adverts without a basic grunt. I'm not qualified for this. Send me your email address. We'll do it another time. It could be a catastrophe.
No, you're
I'm in a
right.
weird
Okay.
mood. I'm in Canada.
Okay.
We've got to preserve ourselves. Do you remember when you phoned up Andrew Sachs? What a balls up. Let's not have any more of that. Come on, we've done 44 minutes. G,
Russell Matter G.
summarise
Chance to
this.
speak is an utter masterpiece and a chocolate guaranteed.
Oh, hang on. Look, listen to
That
this.
was
We've had
good.
an email from Laurie Penny.
Jesus.
Hello, are you calling? Question mark. I ought to get back to work soon.
All right.
Come on.
Let's call her.
Call her.
Call her. We can do it.
We can go long on a podcast, can't we? Yeah. It's the last one.
Fuck you.
Feminist theory. Come on, Russ, you can do this. Don't fuck
All right,
it.
I can do it. Matt, don't touch no fucking buttons
No, I
because
won't.
this
But if you hear
I've got to be
Wagner-
grown up.
Okay.
No,
I
don't
won't
press
do
Wagner,
anything. I
don't
won't-
press nothing.
I won't fart.
I've got to be grown
Hello.
up. No, don't be. Is that Laurie Penny?
Yes, it is. Hello.
Hello, this is Russell Brand.
Hello, Russell. How are you doing?
We're pretty good. We're doing a podcast at the moment, and like earlier on, I started getting into talking about feminist theory, but then the podcast has gone on to be